Night with the Ghosts. Amos and his kin dwelled by the bowl's cord, where haunting melodies echoed from the orchestra's rehearsal abode. Ghostly figures, tethered by an ethereal passion for music, gravitated toward the haunting tunes, embracing a love that defied death. Initially skeptics, Amos and his clan dismissed the tales of spectral entities waltzing in the moonlit night. However, skepticism crumbled like ancient ruins the eve they beheld the spectral dance, a mesmerizing display of translucent forms twirling and pirouetting to the airy cadence of classical notes. Chills raced down their spines as the ghostly congregation painted the night with ethereal movements, transcending the boundary between the living and the departed. Shadows of the deceased, entwined in a spectral ballet, created a macabre masterpiece beneath the haunting glow of the moon. Amos, once a doubter, now stood with widened eyes, witnessing a supernatural symphony unfold. The air thickened with a mix of fear and fascination as the ghostly ballet continued, weaving a tapestry of melancholy and spectral beauty that etched itself into the very fabric of Amos's reality. Please, if you're enjoying this story so far, support us to bring more to you. Kindly hit the like button, follow, share, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell notification so that you won't miss our new stories. Thanks for liking and subscribing. It means the world to us. Now, let's continue the story. As the last haunting note reverberated into the night, Amos and his family were left in stunned silence, forever changed by the otherworldly revelation. The bowl's chord's melodies, once innocuous, now carried the weight of both the living and the departed, intertwining the realms in a haunting harmony that echoed through the corridors of time. As the bowl's chord's rehearsals intensified, the ghostly apparitions grew more fervent, swirling around Amos' house in an otherworldly dance. Lucy, curious and fearless, stumbled upon the spectral gathering, her eyes widening in disbelief. She rushed to wake her parents, breathless with the revelation. Amos, skeptical at first, grabbed his iPhone and, to his astonishment, captured the ethereal dance on video. The paranormal recording sent shivers down their spines, unlocking a mystery that would propel them into a thrilling journey through the realms of the supernatural. Amos, a seasoned musician, couldn't ignore the spectral resonance that echoed through his home during the bowl's chords rehearsals. As haunting melodies filled the air, ghostly apparitions materialized, twirling and swaying in an ethereal dance that transcended the boundaries of the living. One night, Lucy, Amos' inquisitive daughter, followed an eerie melody that led her to the source of the spectral commotion. In the dim glow, she witnessed the ghostly dance, her heart pounding with a mix of awe and trepidation. Unable to contain her shock, Lucy hurried to wake her skeptical parents, their expressions transforming from skepticism to sheer disbelief as they beheld the supernatural spectacle. Amos, fueled by a newfound curiosity, grabbed his iPhone and began recording the paranormal activity. The device's camera captured the ghostly figures in their mesmerizing dance, their movements synchronized with the haunting chords. The family found themselves drawn into a mysterious world, their mundane existence colliding with the supernatural, setting the stage for a thrilling journey filled with spectral revelations and the unraveling of enigmatic secrets that lingered in the ghostly melodies. As the bowl's chords rehearsals continued, the ghostly apparitions intensified their dance, weaving an intricate and mesmerizing circle around Amos' house. The haunting melodies reached a climax, and the spectral figures seemed to merge with the ethereal chords, creating an otherworldly synergy that transcended the boundaries between the living and the dead. Suddenly, a supernatural storm descended upon the area, shrouding Amos' home in an ominous darkness. Thunder rumbled, and lightning crackled through the night sky, revealing the terrifying, negative spectrum of the ghosts. The once mesmerizing dance transformed into a haunting display of spectral malevolence, shocking Amos and his family to the core. The negative energy radiating from the apparitions sent shivers down their spines, and as the thunder roared in harmony with the spectral crescendo, the family realized they were entangled in a web of supernatural forces beyond their comprehension. The unraveling terror gripped them, weaving a chilling narrative that blurred the lines between music and the macabre, leaving Amos and his family on the precipice of an unknown and foreboding abyss. In the eerie dance's intensified circle, the ghostly apparitions seemed to synchronize with the bowl's chords melodies, forming an ethereal kaleidoscope of movement that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Lucy, now wide-eyed and terrified, clung to her parents as the supernatural storm enveloped their home, casting an ominous shadow over their once ordinary lives. As the music reached its breathtaking climax, the atmosphere crackled with an arcane power. Dark clouds gathered overhead, swirling with a malevolent force. Lightning illuminated the spectral dance, revealing the haunting visages of the ghosts in vivid detail. Their faces contorted with anguish, echoing a tragic narrative that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. Thunder resonated like a dirge, and the negative spectrum of the ghosts emerged, casting an unsettling glow that permeated the air. Amos, with his iPhone still recording, witnessed the spectral figures transforming into a nightmarish manifestation. The once mesmerizing dance morphed into a terrifying display of the supernatural, leaving the family spellbound by a revelation that surpassed the limits of their understanding. In the face of this unraveling terror, Amos and his family found themselves at the mercy of forces beyond their control. The haunting symphony of the Bull's Court had unwittingly opened a portal to a realm where music and the macabre converged, thrusting them into a harrowing journey through the mystic and the mysterious. The stormy night became a canvas for the unfolding supernatural drama, painting their reality with strokes of both fear and fascination. As the supernatural storm raged on, a radiant light pierced through the ominous clouds, exposing the ghastly nature of the dancing spirits. The once beautiful apparitions now appeared distorted and tormented, their faces etched with a haunting agony that induced terror in Amos, Susan, and Lucy. Faced with the unsettling revelation, the family hastily sought refuge in the basement, the spectral dance echoing through the walls above them. The basement, once a sanctuary, now felt like a fragile barrier between the safety of mundane reality and the mysterious forces that threatened to consume them. In the confined space, the family huddled together, their anxious breaths drowned out by the spectral melodies that penetrated the very foundation of their home. Amos clutched his iPhone, the recording now a haunting document of their descent into fear. Uncertainties loomed like shadows in the dimly lit room, and the night progressed with an ominous weight, leaving the family in fear of the unknown forces that lurked just beyond the threshold of their understanding. The basement, once a symbol of security, now felt like a fragile cocoon as the spectral dance continued above. Every creak and echo served as a reminder that they were entangled in a supernatural web, unsure of what awaited them when the haunting symphony finally subsided. The descent into fear had only just begun, and the family found themselves teetering on the precipice of a nightmarish reality that defied logic and reason. Throughout the harrowing night, the family clung to the basement's safety, the spectral dance's haunting echoes seeping into their dreams. Amos, Susan, and Lucy huddled together, the iPhone serving as both a source of dread and a tether to the spectral reality they could not escape. The revelation of the spirit's horrifying nature lingered like a ghostly presence, casting a pall over their restless attempts at sleep. As dawn approached, a feeble light seeped through the basement windows, dispelling the shadows that had held them captive. However, the first rays of morning did little to alleviate the family's unease. The uncertainties that awaited them in the aftermath of the spectral storm loomed large, leaving Amos and his family on the threshold of an enigmatic aftermath. With cautious steps, they emerged from the basement, their eyes adjusting to the muted light of dawn. The air carried an eerie stillness, as if the supernatural forces had withdrawn but left behind an unsettling residue. The neighborhood, once familiar, now bore the traces of a night veiled in the uncanny, and the family faced the aftermath with a mixture of trepidation and curiosity. As they surveyed their surroundings, the realization dawned that the spectral storm had irrevocably altered their lives. The Bull's Court's haunting melodies had become a catalyst for a journey into the unknown, revealing a tapestry of supernatural mysteries woven into the fabric of their existence. The family stood at the crossroads of the ordinary and the extraordinary, grappling with the aftermath of a night that defied explanation and confronting the uncertainties that awaited them in the wake of the spectral dance.